Benetti boats are always sold out, so people buy them before they're built. So what happens is when Benetti and other companies are at a boat show trying to sell their boat, they need to have something for people to look at, potential buyers. But they don't travel around with models, sales models of their boats. Instead, what they do is there's usually a contract for people when they buy a boat. Sometimes private owners have to have their boat shown at a boat show. They might have some restrictions, so the owners can still restrict other things like press and media going aboard. Some of the companies here that are selling the boats, they would love to sometimes, allow us to get on board, like this one also over here. So this one's like a very strict no-go. It's not up to the salespeople and the team here at Benetti. It's totally up to the private owners of these boats. Like, this is interesting. Delta doesn't even have one boat on display at this year's boat show. So you could really understand the whole reasoning of having the owners' boats under contract so that they at least have something to display. It's like over there at Delta, all you can look at is a miniature model. Probably just, like watch videos, things like that, but it's not the same as being able to go aboard one. There's that amazing submarine. And we're gonna head over to the main portion of the boat show. Okay, and to get to the water taxi, just kind of walk out the exit right here and then just turn around to the right. Like you can see, that's the entrance right behind me. And then the water taxi straight ahead. So this water taxi goes straight from here, SuperYacht Village. It then goes to the convention center, then the 15th Street Fishery, and finally to the main hub of the boat show over by the Bahia Mar. Then at the Bahia Mar, the main hub, there are some other water taxi routes. One will take you all the way to the Riverside Hotel in downtown Fort Lauderdale. And then there's another one that'll take you to where the Galleria Mall is. I believe it drops you off by Doubletree Hotel. So those are the different routes that I know of, and they're all great. Even if it's not the route that you're using to get to where you're parked, if you have some free time and you paid for an all-day ticket, you might want to take the other water taxis just to get some great shots of the boats from the water and also to see some beautiful homes along the way. It's really a magical little trip and a nice thing to do to just get off your feet after walking around all day. Maybe do it like in the middle of the day when it's not too crowded on the water taxis, and you'll be able to hop on and off some of them just to see some of the sights. The three boats on the right side are all of the Benettis, and the one we just looked forward, we just kind of went around the deck of, was that one right there. That's the Rebeca. This is the Bold. The Bold originally told me I was going to get a tour board, and then they just said no, without any reason. But like all boats, I'm sure soon enough they'll be sold again, and they'll one day be at one of the wonderful brokers that lets us tour the big, beautiful boats like Denison. So always multiple chances that we'll see these in the future. And today it's a beautiful sunny day and a little bit of a coolness in the air, like lower humidity. You finally get into that beautiful autumn feeling, so it's great for Halloween. Last day of October, we finally might be getting some coolness tonight, because it has been hot every single day and night this month. Also, being that it's Halloween, I just thought I'd throw this in there. You might be seeing me wearing my Hallow Scream shirt from SeaWorld Orlando, their first year. So again, that 1010 is the Everything channel, so I cover a lot of Halloween attractions, haunted houses, things like that. So be sure to check out that playlist. Actually, there's like another property that was being built here, I think. Yeah, right there, that one. Like on this side, all this new construction. I've been trying to get images of this the other day. Isn't that cool? Giant video billboard on the water. That's the famous White House here in Fort Lauderdale. Another lot that's going to have a new home built on it.
We've been involved in the people moving business for over 32 years and part of the boat show, which has gone on for 62 years. We transport 140,000 people from 3 destinations in 5 days to the boat show. We take all the traffic off of the roads to help the roads out. Anyway, everybody have a good day, enjoy it.
So it's fairly early, it's 10:40. Boat show ends an hour early today at 6. And they're not doing any temperature checks here. And here's the merch. So over here at Azimut, they also have some complimentary champagne. So, okay, we got to Azimut and we finished checking out the SuperYacht Village, and we're gonna be just kind of like heading up north. We'll be heading toward Denison and just kind of like stopping at a few boats along the way. So it's still early, there's still a lot more of the day left. Let's see what else we see. Okay, the main salon. This is interesting. See, the TV pivots sideways as opposed to being something that just goes up or down or coming out of the ceiling. That I haven't seen before. On the first day of the boat show, it was so hot, I was more of a shade seeker. But anyway, yeah, covered the Sunseeker yesterday. Beautiful boat. It's the one right next to this one. Yeah, let's go take a look over here. I've kind of neglected walking through this section of the boat show. We've seen some really great ones in the past. The Steel Mansion Yacht is here. Be sure to check out a video of that on this channel. I'll provide a link in the description. Now they have one of those great submarines on board. I like the miniature giant squid on there. And HCB is back in its usual spot right here. Kind of missed this section the other day. I took a detour to go head for some food. Yeah, I'll just take a quick look inside, give me some air conditioning and you guys a little feel of what they have inside these tents as far as accessories and so forth. We're not going to look at everything, but just kind of get a quick glance at it. I love these e-foils. Reminds me of Back to the Future too. Hoverboards don't work on water unless they have power. Well, these definitely have power, and they totally work on the water. Here's the magic behind it all. You have that motor. This is a hydrofoil. Lifts the whole thing right up out of the water. Seems to be like a carbon fiber design. Experience for everything. Yeah, it's going to be very good. And we got to see some in-water demonstrations of this recently at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. Be sure to check that out. And Fliteboard's biggest rival would be Lift. And just kind of continuing around here. Genesis Interiors is a company located here in South Florida in the greater Fort Lauderdale area. And they can do not only the interior of a boat, but also for your home. And here's a sample of some of their work. And they're located not far away on the Marina Mile. Interesting the way that's spelled, Director. I always like this. The lighting has just become so beautiful on the modern boats, but again, you know, you can always refit an older boat, and the lighting just really brings these things to life, especially if you're like looking at the videos I was doing yesterday in the evening. It's just magnificent. And these are some of the gyro stabilizers right here. So you might always be hearing about Seakeepers. This Quick is an Italian company that provides the same technology to be able to stabilize your boat. And this is what the actual units look like. I'd love to really understand how it works. I mean, right now I'm shooting all of this on a gimbal stabilizer, and I'm just fascinated to know how, you know, how it works as far as a boat goes, because I've definitely experienced it on that Everglades sea trial, and it is just absolutely amazing. I remember being in the boat, it's rocking back and forth, the flip of a switch, all of a sudden it's like somebody just, you know, an invisible hand just reached in and grabbed the boat and held it steady. It's that amazing. If you haven't experienced it, it's really true when they say it stabilizes. It really stabilizes. Every possible service you can imagine. There's yacht coatings. Over here we have some of those cranes to get your tender on and off. Going into a secondary tent over here. It's pretty big. Let's see. Mobile living made easy by Dometic. Almost said domestic. Yeah, see all sorts of accessories, everything from toilets to, I guess, what are these, some generators or something? Condensing units. Ah, this looks like a little simulator over here. And it's pretty cool. They're doing a demonstration right here of all these controls.
Right now,
I've seen some of these where they have water that fills up within the boat and kind of like keeps them inside of water, but this one has them totally raised above, kind of like a dry dock storage. Very cool. More of those inflatable type chairs and such that we saw over in the convention center the other day. I like that water slide over there. That looks awesome. And when they say that they're inflatable, it's not like a raft where it's like real bouncy. They're pretty solid actually. Very solid. And then coming out over here brings us right to that food section that we were at. This is interesting. It's like a bedding store here at the boat show. This is unique also if you're doing a teak deck. They even have samples over here. Pull into this one because it's appropriate for today, which is Halloween. Behind the scenes look at how these hydraulic systems work. And this company is, oh, thank you for demonstrating. And this is Florida bow thrusters. Another skull, that's interesting. We've got lots of skulls today. Saw this yesterday when I was eating lunch. One of these passed by on A1A and everybody was gawking at it. The Apocalypse right here. Very interesting look.
At least be a little bit more inconspicuous, you know?
I mean, it looks like something out of a Captain America movie or something. When I went over to check the merchandise over by the water taxi area on the south side of the show, they were sold out of all of the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show official FLIBS merchandise, and they said whatever there was left is now all at this one area. So things are selling out very quickly. I had purchased a Guy Harvey shirt a few years ago for their 65th anniversary, 2019, and also had the pleasure of meeting him at Coconut Grove Arts Festival as well.
How much are these shirts? 45? Any military discount?
So yeah, just to know, the insignia, the logo and everything is on the back of the shirt, and then the front has the Guy Harvey.
This is hackers. This is what he's towing.
And let's take a look at Nortec, which is why I was walking this way.
I'm like, listen, how many drinks will they?
This is Nortec's newest entry. It's an open bow version that debuted at this boat show, the 460 Flyer, and we're going to take a look aboard that in just a moment. And here's a look at some of their other offerings. The 450 Sport, the 390 Sport is what we saw when we were walking down here, as well as the 340 Sport right here. I just heard a kid saying that the boat gave him a shock. I keep getting shocked also recently. Lower humidity, you can get shocked. I hate that. Cigarette racing does not come to FLIBS, but Midnight Express is always here. They're a Miami company. Beautiful, fast boats. A few of those featured on this channel. The really big, beautiful one is the Pied de Mer, and I have a tour of that one on the channel. I like this color for the 450Rs, the way it matches all the trim. Oh wow, there is a cigarette here. But there's a cigarette here, but it's not, the cigarette themselves are not here at the show.
I think right now
Wait a second. Am I wrong then? Is Cigarette actually here at the boat show then? Wait, Cigarette might actually be here. Oh, Cigarette is here then. Okay, strike what I said. They never come to this show, so now they are here. Well, this is awesome to find out that Cigarette is now going to be at FLIBS and at a lot of other boat shows. They're going to be making a much stronger presence at these boat shows.
They are Mercury. This one are Mercury.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't.
Lovely full-size head, shower, very beautiful.
So this boat, this is like a boat.
So Cigarette's under new ownership, new management. It's at the same location in Opelika. New team is wonderful. They're awesome. And we're going to probably do a sea trial sometime soon in the future. A very personal one, not part of a boat show, but stay tuned on this channel. Okay, yeah, we were here yesterday. So yeah, walking to the right, just a few boats over there. We're going to make our way around Leopard here and get to that main stretch where all of the big bad boys are. Oh, here's Aviara. So also trying to see where Pardo Yachts is. I haven't seen where they are yet. I'm assuming there's some, oh there, I see the sign. Okay, let's go take a little walk that way. Have an Aviara on this channel. We've got Pardo. It's kind of fun now, like I know I've covered Beneteau, I've covered Fountain, and so a lot of times I like to find something new to cover that I haven't done before. And then sometimes when there's one of the companies I've covered before has something totally new, totally outrageous, I might go back and see some more. Like we did this year with Ocean Alexander and also Azimut. And Ocean Alexander was the best of show winner for this year. And this is Bennett. Beneteau always has a really classy setup over here at the boat show. Sea Ray, haven't done those yet. Maybe sometime soon. But I might go stick to covering some of these smaller boats at the Miami Boat Show, Miami International Boat Show, where they feature a lot of these smaller vessels. And then the Miami Yacht Show is, of course, the bigger boats. And FLIBS tends to be a focus on a lot of the bigger ones as well. You'll notice at FLIBS, not really any sailboats, just maybe a few of those catamarans from Leopard. And at the Miami International Boat Show, there's a whole section of just sailboats. So each show really does have something that makes each one unique. Another great thing about the Miami show, sea trials. You know, before Lauderdale, this is the biggest one. This is the one where you're going to be seeing some of the most amazing super yachts and so forth right here. If you want to see more of HCB's yachts, a lot of that on this channel. Here's one that just sold.
ready to do it?
This section now is pretty packed in. If you remember last year, it was pretty open. There were a lot of boats that were not able to make it here because of the whole COVID thing. And so last year in this big open area, they did the whole aqua zone. And that's where we saw Kristen Smoyer on her flight board. And there was a bull shark in the water as well, right here. This is a 53-foot Suenos. That's so. This is very similar to what we toured in the past, but what makes this one unique is this has the 600s on it, the Mercury 600s. And yeah, one thing I've always noticed is that whenever you look at HCB, it's always interesting. They always like to customize the engine, so you never like actually see the, you know, sometimes you don't see the actual, you know, logos and everything of Mercury Racing. It just says HCB. And there was that one that we saw, I think last year, where it was like all wood kind of design to it. Looks like it's made of wood. Really pretty. I've got D'Antonio yachts over here. Seen those before on this channel. And then also Bonadeo Boatworks. We had toured that, met the father-son team behind this. And Pardo is back. Hygo gave us a wonderful tour of 3 of the Pardos. Be sure to check that video out to really see these. And we're just going to take a quick look at some of these Pardos that have become very popular. And Hygo is here. He's busy, and I just want to just kind of like look at the outside of some of them. And they're going to be at the Miami Boat Show, so I think we'll aim to cover some more, maybe, you know, if there's anything new at the Miami Boat Show. He was pouring that soda for all his fish homies out there.
Next time, yeah.
Maybe that's what I thought.
I love that angular design of the Pardo yachts. They're just really cool. Very unique style. I remember when I saw that the first time, it just really caught my attention. I was like, I have to get this boat. And yeah, so Hygo gave us a tour of 3 of the boats, and it was like toward the closing of the show, so we captured it like in that beautiful twilight lighting, and we were able to see, you know, that kind of transition from day to night with like the lighting effects on the boats and all that. Really nice. I just want to show that Sunreef yacht again, show how beautiful a sail can be. And it's a catamaran style. We've covered one of their power yachts that's not sail-based at the Miami Yacht Show a few years ago. And I've been wanting to cover one of their sails. It's right now kind of off limits, but there might be a good chance we'll get to go board one of these come the Miami International Boat Show in February. So I'll be keeping in touch with them as far as doing that.
I just want to see.
So I love when anybody gets into the spirit of Halloween here at FLIBS. I think they should have like a contest on who decorates the boats best for Halloween. This one is definitely a great one. Look at that. I love it. And again, a lot of Halloween content on this channel. I've been covering every haunted house attraction throughout South Florida, and as well as the one at SeaWorld in Orlando, their first year. Love it. Some more of the Halloween spirit here. And they're going to be having a Day of the Dead festival, I believe, on November 2nd. That's great. I like the way that table is designed. Look at that.
Across.
This is the Excellence. We have a full tour of that on this channel from Captain Peter Derry at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. So I found out he is no longer the captain. It's under new ownership. It's amazing how things just change so drastically and so fast. You go from one boat show to another, captains are different. The whole team's different. Sometimes it's under different companies selling it. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing this, full tour narrated by the captain himself on this channel. Be sure to put a link to that in this video. Check out the description. And if I can, I'll also stick a card right here on the top of the screen. That is the Four Roses. It's a 185-foot ocean fast, and it's here with Denison. Went aboard that yesterday, did a full walkthrough video of that. So either it's up already or it'll be coming out soon. One way or another, check the channel. It's going to be on here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to go take a look at the no name. I forgot to show you guys this yesterday. I want to show how this is a Princess, and yet on the side it says Viking, because the companies were together. I think they still are. It's a little complicated to understand it all. So I was just talking to Justin Neistat, saying how I love the whole Denison logo, and then I noticed that there are 7 letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flags. And I looked it up and confirmed that yes, the flags do spell Denison. You can even see the N is repeated twice right there. Very cool. And a few years ago, I did a thumbnail for the Miami International Boat Show where I had all the sailboats, and I photoshopped in there some flags that spelled out FAD 1010. Here's another look at the Swimming Hall of Fame Museum. It's going to be going through a whole remodeling and everything, a new name. And we're in the Coconuts parking lot. I'm curious to see how much parking is today. Today's not bad, only 75.
Call me.
And here's an update on my favorite parking lot at the show. Today, only $50. The other day, $200. And they were saying it even went up to $300. And the reason why, they only have about 35 spots. So it's supply and demand. And you've got people that are spending big bucks on these boats. So, you know, 200, 300, not necessarily a big deal to them. And my goal now is I think we're going to stop covering going on any of the big boats. It's like 4 o'clock. I think closes at 6 today. And I want to do a live stream. Close it up. And I think I'm going to go head to the food court, get a quick bite right now. Yeah, I'm just going to go through here, miss this. Every day I'm able to bypass this area with my credentials. And I don't want to miss it though. I want to just capture a little bit of this. Kind of cut through this way. Yeah, the waits right now at the restaurants aren't so bad. Like at Coconuts, it was only about like a 20-minute wait for a table. But I was asking how long would it take for the hamburger or something like that. I said it could take a while because it's really, just jam-packed with orders. So I'm gonna wait and go back there another day when it's more mellow. Let's find something really fast right now and get onto that live stream. Again, you see they kind of designed this in a snaking path. They want you to kind of go through all these different things here, see all these, some of them might be sponsors. I know West Marine I always see a lot. Ah, this is cute. That. Some really interesting artwork in here. This is exactly what I was looking for, something to carry some things I have. And this is being presented by Boat Owners Warehouse, Everything Marine.
Everybody gets a bag. Thank you. Got it.
And what's special about these bags today?
It's Halloween, baby. You gotta say trick or treat though.
Trick or treat.
That's right. You get another one.
Yeah, it's really handy because I have that cigarette thermos, I guess you could call it, and in my pocket, and I was trying to carry a drink also, just really hard. Wonderful having that bag right now. Jupiter bikes. Saw these presented by ESS at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. Here we are by Midnight Express, and I'm just going to cut around to that food court area, I think.
Yeah.
I see we have some dressing up for Halloween already. Long line like usual. I was going to go for the fish and chips or the salmon at the Fisherman's Wharf. They have a salmon sandwich, sounded great, but they're closed. And I went for the pizza. Even though I have like all this pizza at home, I just bought pizza last night, but I'm going to just go for it. It's like $5, can't beat it. And even they're like at the end of their food. So I got like an extra big slice over here of the pepperoni. Dig in, and then we're going to get on to that live stream finally. Okay, here we go. All right, and welcome to the last day of FLIBS 2021. It is Halloween. And here's some absolutes. Then we'll turn around and head back toward the north end of the show. One thing I was really happy to see is that cigarette racing is now here at FLIBS. You can see over here the Valhallas from Viking Yachts. They're all gone. And then my favorite part is hearing the horn sound, which we'll be hearing a little bit. Here's some of those Vikings. Yeah, they have Red Bull here. Look at that, for a bar right out there on the water. It's pretty cool.
Celsius, would you like one?
Okay, sure. This is the, I've got the sun right in my eyes, but I think this is the Pearl over here. I think this was a new one at this show, the 80. I'm not sure if it was the 80 or another one, but covered 2 Pearls last time. Again, just wanted to move on to some new things, but very beautiful boats. Oh, this is pretty cool. Let me show you this. They're going to be using what's called a swing bridge over here.
Get off the bridge, please. Get that fishing boat. Keep going.
Okay, guys, you see that? Oh no, don't worry, I'm not crossing.
My least favorite part of the show.
It's so funny because every year I come here, I have never seen this bridge in action, and since yesterday, like even before today, I had to wait for the bridge. Whoa! There was a function Dennison was having over at the SuperYacht Village, and I quickly bumped into Bob, and you'll be seeing him, give a quick discussion of what that was. And it was interesting. In the front, there was a sign from Governor DeSantis, but he wasn't here though. And it was, I guess, like a private party for Dennison. There's been a lot of great parties around, and Dennison has really been like everywhere. So yeah, there's that boat you're going to be seeing, guys. This is the biggest one ever on this channel. Biggest boat we've ever covered on the channel. It's an interesting boat. It's like a real retro look, and yet it's like, it was like 2006 or something. Let me see. This one here? Is that the right? Yeah. Yeah, 2006. Okay. Oh, the big one's taking off. Let me get that one. So I'm glad I walked this way. This is the 4 Roses that we got a full video of. Get over here to a good vantage point. Okay. Yep, they're doing it now. So, okay, here we go.
doing today? Fantastic end of the boat show. 6 o'clock, horns are going off. Hope you were able to make it to the boat show. If you were not, next year you better get there.
I'm going to SuperYacht Village.
All right, red line on the left.
Thank you. SuperYacht Village? Yes. All right, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to sub off here. I do need everybody seated before we push back. Okay, great, thank you.